Hello friend, welcome to another episode of Zuzucorn's Expert Mode Guide and Tips for the Casual Terrarian. I'm Zuzucorn and I aim to entertain, encourage and give casuals a place to call home. So subscribe now and join the casual family. This Terraria series consists of a guided playthrough that's filled with expert mode progression tips and detailed expert boss guides to help you smoothly get through your first expert mode playthrough. Last time I showed you how to get the Reaver Shark right from the beginning, and showed you how to fight and defeat the Expert Eye of Cthulhu, which earned you the Shield of Cthulhu, a vital accessory for expert mode. Today, let's take down the Bee Queen to prepare us for Skeletron and the dungeon. To begin, our next main goal is to set up our first ever money farm. However, to do that, we have to unlock the mechanic, which only happens after we save her from the dungeon. This means that we have to defeat Skeletron first. Expert mode Skeletron really isn't a pushover, so let's try to get some bee-related weapons to make it a bit easier. Let's head over to the jungle. Here we are. The jungle is a dangerous place, with many enemies that deal high damage. However, with the meteor set from the first episode, it shouldn't be too difficult. Now what we want to do is to find a beehive. The Bee Queen is a lot harder in expert mode, and it's difficult to fight her in a small hive. It's much easier to fight her on the surface in a proper arena. The other thing we want to do is to get jungle drops, namely stingers, vines, and jungle spores. Stingers come from hornets, while vines come from the man-eaters, and jungle spores are found on the ground like this. I think for this series, I'll do a simple mage playthrough, so I'll go for jungle armor next. But please feel free to use any weapons you like. By no means must you limit yourself just to one type. Nice, we found another granite golem statue. That's a good one for our money farm that we're working towards. Ooh, we've got a marble biome in the jungle. Nice, we got a living tree here. If you see one of these trees, there will always be an ivy chest inside, just like this. So make sure you make your way to it and loot it. Ooh, we got a staff of regrowth. This is really good, because this one increases the yield of herbs when you use it to harvest them. Oh, we found a goblin tinkerer too, that's great. We can reforge our things later. I'll just let him die for now, he probably can't survive the jungle anyway. Okay, great, we found some honey blocks. Honey blocks form when honey touches water. Usually, these indicate that there's a hive nearby, usually above the area. If you see some honey blocks, mine them. If we don't manage to beat the Bee Queen in her hive, honey blocks are used to create her summoning totem later. Right, we found a jungle shrine here too. If you ever see a chest with a green torch, go for it. These contain special jungle limited items. This one has a fiberglass fishing pole. That's actually really rare, but not too useful for us. We've got a danger sense potion as well, that can help us out. Danger sense potions actually show you the dangers in the terrain, like beehives and traps. Lucky for us, they highlight honey blocks as well, because those make your character very slow. Lots of honey blocks here. Let's head over there. Nice, we've got the hive here. Now, I don't recommend going from below, because there's usually a large pool of honey there. We don't want all that honey to leak out, so let's go in from the side. Alright, we've got another shrine with a staff of regrowth. Nothing much. It seems that this hive is actually pretty large. Let's break our way into it. There, all lighted up. This hive is actually pretty large, so it might be possible to fight the Bee Queen here without much issue. Now, I'm actually going to clear out this area here, so that we have an open area to fight the Bee Queen in. Alright, that's the last of it. For expert mode Bee Queen, it can get pretty overwhelming pretty quickly, so a proper arena is vital. We want at least 2 or 3 platforms. Expert Bee Queen does a lot of dashes, so the platforms will help you dodge them. There we go, this seems alright. Before we try to fight the Bee Queen, you can actually go for the Eater of Worlds first if you have a Corruption World. If you have a Crimson World, you can just ignore the Brain of Cthulhu and just go for the Bee Queen. The reason I recommend creating a Corruption World for your first playthrough is because of the Worm Scarf. I'll show you later. Since we've defeated the Eye of Cthulhu, the Dryad has moved in. One thing I recommend buying are pumpkin seeds. Life regeneration is low in expert mode, so getting the well-fed buff really helps you out. Grab some pumpkin seeds and just plant them on the grass. Next, while they grow, we can reforge some of our equips as well. I'll do the water bolt first. Alright, that seems fine. Let's also do the space gun. If you have the gold to spare, try to reforge your accessories to the warding modifier. Defense is really important in expert mode, so it really does help. Now that a few of our pumpkins have grown, just collect some and head over to a furnace. 10 pumpkins can make you pumpkin pie at the furnace, which gives you the well-fed buff for a whopping 45 minutes. That's really good. Let's also collect some falling stars. You can craft 3 of them into a mana star, which increases your maximum mana. Now that we're here in the corruption, I want to clear up the terrain a little. Unfortunately, our corruption overlaps the ice biome, meaning that touching the water inflicts the chilled debuff. That decreases our movement speed greatly, which is bad for a boss fight. I'm just clearing up the area so that the water moves down, allowing me to build a platform like this. I'm also going to block off the openings so the enemies don't interfere with the fight. The Expert Eater of Worlds isn't too difficult, it's somewhat straightforward. Alright, let's break our second Shadow Orb. Remember that we already broke one for the Meteor Armor, so make sure you grab the loot as well. Alright, before we break the third and summon the Eater of Worlds, let's just add some campfires to increase life regeneration even more. Okay, throw a bomb in and buff up. The Expert Eater of Worlds inflicts the weak debuff, making you receive more damage. It can also shoot projectiles at you, but if you're well buffed up, it shouldn't be too difficult. The fight is not going to be as clean as our normal mode series, but it'll still be fine. Just do your best to not get caught up in the fragments. Right, I think this is the last few parts. Nice, there we go. Congratulations, you've beaten the Eater of Worlds. So let's take a look at the treasure bag from the Eater of Worlds. So, what the bag gives us is the expert exclusive drop, the Worm Scarf. Look, it reduces damage received by a whopping 17%. That's a huge amount and will help us out for the Bee Queen fight. Now once again, craft some regeneration potions, iron skin potions, and pumpkin pies, and let's go. Here we are. I've added a few campfires for the extra life regeneration as well. Once you're ready, buff up and break the lava. Expert Bee Queen dashes a lot. They consist of several dashes back and forth. So that's what the platforms are used for actually. When she comes for you, just jump up onto the next platform, and when she comes again, just drop down. You can also just jump over her, but it's a lot riskier to do so. Once she's done with her dashes, she will fly around and shoot stingers at you at a pretty rapid rate. To dodge these, all you have to do is move very slightly in one direction, then jump over one when you swap directions. Otherwise, you can time a good Shield of Cthulhu dash. The Queen Bee also summons bees at a high rate to overwhelm you. I recommend getting rid of them ASAP. If they interfere with you, it could be much harder to dodge the Bee Queen's dashes. As her health decreases, the stingers and dashes increase in speed and frequency, so just stay calm and dodge mindfully. It's okay if you don't manage to beat her in her hive. You can craft an Abomination using stingers, bottled honey, honey blocks, and hive blocks. You can use this to summon her above ground, where you've prepared a similar arena. The Bee Queen fight is tough, so don't be discouraged. It will take a while to defeat her. Look, her dashes become so fast and quite crazy towards the end. You will have to start preempting her dash and jump before she even comes towards you. Nice, we beat the Bee Queen. So the whole point of doing this is to get some bee related weapons, which will help us against Skeletron. So let's open the treasure bag. Ooh, many things in this one. The Hive Pack is the expert exclusive accessory, which strengthens the bees summoned by bee related weapons. It's not too useful, but it's still something I guess. Oh, we actually got the bee gun, which is a magic weapon, and the one that I was looking for. If you get the bee's knees, which is a bow, that's good as well. But congratulations, you have defeated the Bee Queen. With some bee weapons, we are now somewhat ready to defeat Skeletron and unlock the dungeon. In the next episode, let's do that and finally build our first money farm. That will give us lots and lots of money pre-hard mode. So make sure to subscribe and hit the bell icon too for more Terraria guides and coverage. This has been Zuzucorn Games, by casuals, for casuals. Have a nice day and have a great week ahead. Bye bye!